Okay, we are back. Got everything set up. Everyone can hear. Yeah, there we go. The volume's being picked up. All right. So, with every new visual novel we do, we need to do some content warning. It's not too much, but it is a good amount. So, that being said, content warning. This version contains depictions of violence, blood, harsh language, and sexual activities. Viewer discretion is advised. I think that's about it. Is that all of it? Yeah, that's about it. But yeah. So, be advised. Ah, why are you bonking me so early? Goodness. All right. So, are you guys ready to heal some peeps? Are we ready? Also, I think the overlay is a little off. Just a second. Ooh. I am professional streamer. Sorry, your finger slipped. Lies and slander. Your finger didn't indeed slip. That's correct. There we go. Your hand did not slip. All right. So, let me have both chats open. So I have both the YouTube and the Twitch side. How would you know? You're right. You're right. How would I know? My God. All right. Let me put you guys here. And without further ado, let's start. I need healing. On it. Ooh. Oh, look at us. You approach the wild cat leaning over a thick tree. Where is it? Here. He lifts his arm up to you, showing you matted fur and a few perforations on the skin. A bite wound on his forearm. When was it? Just now. I thought we were done. Bastard got the jump on me. You pull your bag out back to your side and start looking inside for one particular container. I still got some antidote here somewhere. Can't you just, you know... He nudges his head, trying to hint at something. Before you're able to reply, a tall, bulking lion in heavy armor approaches, his footsteps announcing his arrival. It's just gonna be Desi. I'm just gonna put the accent on this one. Let him do his work. You raise your head to look at the lion, who nods to you in approval. You smile back and then resume searching your bag. Well, I could, but I still have an antidote left, and... You find the opaque vial with translucent green liquid swirling inside. Here, you can drink it all. You hand the small vial to Freon, who unceremoniously chugs the entire thing in one go. Was that your last? I should still have one here. Yeah, one left. Freon hands you back the vial and then contorts his face, letting out a disgusted grunt. Ugh! Bitterweed. Nasty. You put the empty vial back in your bag and take out the water skin container. You use it to wash the bite wound on the cat's arm. Haven't seen you cast a sparkle yet. You avoid his gaze, focusing now on wrapping a bandage around his arm. Well, I didn't think this would take this long. I didn't eat a lot before coming. An unquiet silence lingers. You can sense the disapproval coming from the cat even without looking at his expression. Sorry. Don't apologize. You're being smart by saving your strength. Longmane shoots Furion a condescending look. Next time, just don't get hit. The cat put his tongue out, making a face towards the lion. Next time, kill him dead. You finish bandaging the cat and step away, taking a better look at his entire figure, trying to see if there's anything else wrong with him. Physically speaking, at least. You're all good. Yeah, thanks. He takes his arm closer to his face and casually sniffs his bandages. Good morning, Rothbear. We're playing I Need Healing. I washed it with BP. Just give it some time and it will be fully healed. See? He knows what he's doing. Longmane pats you in the shoulder and gives you a reassuring smile. Great job, kid. You give him a smile back, but then look behind him to spot the slim fox watching over some bushes. The Genji visual novel. I need healing. I need healing. Before you have time to ask, his voice is heard. Guys! The three of you now turn to look in his direction. More coming! Fuck's sakes! Jim starts falling back to where the rest of the group is. At this same time, Longmane and Furion unsheath their weapons and prepare for combat. Why am I fucking cursing? Am I actually playing this? Hold up. From the shadows, you start seeing the faint glow of red, beady eyes nearing the small clearing in the woods. Your group stands. The shapes start becoming knitted as you see several monstrous-looking spiders crawling from underneath the vegetation. The sight is creeping you out as much as it did the rest of the night so far. Main! The commanding voice has its effect and the lion rushes forward, delivering a heavy blow to the nearest spider. I got these! Longmane does a long, wide swing with his axe, hitting several spiders at once and knocking them away. Ah! Look out! Oh my god. You look up to see bigger insects crawling down from the trees, approaching your group from every direction. Stay alert! Furion's quick to react to a rather large insectoid moving on his direction. With a fast swipe of the blade, he kills the creature with ease. Kill every single one! Okay. Yeah! Jim lowers his stance in preparation before dashing forward, swiftly cutting through one of the monsters. Ugh! He then shakes his blade, trying to get the thick blood out. I hate bugs! I hate bugs! Furion dashes through the clearing, mangling the bodies of other insects with dexterity. Jim, pay attention! Ah! Both Furion and Jim immediately go quiet and lock sights on the monster approaching your position. In one movement, both dash in, performing a joint attack that obliterates the thing. Ugh. Not done yet! Oh no! Where's Mane? With a jumping attack, Longmane strikes down on what appears to be the last of the spiders. Begone! To his surprise, a few crawlers have surrounded him. They raise their bodies off the floor and prepare to lunge the lion's unguarded flank. Ah! Three manage to latch onto the lion's body, making him flail around, trying to get them off himself. Mane! Jim spots the lion struggling and prepares his blades. I got this! The fox runs up to the large man and does precise cuts from right to left. From left to right, splitting in half two of the bugs. Meanwhile, Longmane managed to snatch the last one in his bare hands, throwing it to the floor before stomping on it with incredible strength. To hell with these creepers! You step closer to the two, feeling your safety increasing by standing in the lion's proximity. Bare hands? Yes! Bare hands! Step on me. Oh my god. Jim looks towards Furion, who's fending off several small insects and showing clear signs of fatigue. Just die already! He shouts as he jumps forward and stabs the crawler on the floor. I don't see any more nearby. Where do they keep coming from? There! The cat points to a specific direction, towards something that you cannot see. The spring! Ah! Ah! Jim lets out a tired yet content sigh. Furion, watch out! But as Furion turns around, he gets jumped by a big carapace creature with 8 spiky legs. You gasp as you watch the cat fall to the floor under the thing. Ah! Get this off me! Furion! The fox runs to the cat, holding his dagger tight. The next moment, he's stabbing the creature's back time and time again, letting out distressed grunts in the process. Jim! Your attention from the scene is taken away as you feel Longmane grab your arm and pull you back. Before you can understand what's happening, he steps in front of you and attacks a similar-looking creature in midair. If it wasn't for the lion's watch, you'd be mimicking Furion's struggle at the very moment. And speaking of... Ah! Oh, wait, I had... Oh, so many voices swapping immediate. Furion is... This voice. The rogues is... I got this! Apollo is... Okay. Longmane is... Don't worry, I protect you. Thing I can remember for. You can hear the cat crying out in pain. It has a clear effect on Jim as he... Oh my god. Fireball! I'm being attacked with fire on the twitched end. Hey, why does this lion sound like Desi? What are you talking about? It's just my Russian accent that I use on some like bigger, stronger characters. I don't know what you're talking about, DB. It has a clear effect on Jim as he responds with his own screams, holding both daggers over his head before striking down on the thing. Furion! He manages to cast the insect aside, the thing still shaking and convulsing as it bleeds to death. You run and get on your knees by his side. Are you okay? The moment you get there, you notice what he is pointing at before, the distinct shimmer of the abyss mana escaping from a spring not too far away. Your attention is drawn back to the cat in front of you. He motions to get back up, but then cringes in pain and falls back to the floor, grabbing at his left shoulder. Did it bite you? What's wrong? You look around and examine him, spotting small cuts and openings on his garments, but nothing looking so dire yet. I think... He removes his hand from his shoulder, and you can see him pulling out what seems to be a talon from the creature, one that it used to stab him near the arm. Fucking! You look around you. Jim is in a shocked state, looking at the cat lying on the floor while Longmane is a few steps away, still fending off bugs as they appear. What are you doing? Heal me! It's literally called I Need Healing, the visual novel. Okay, I'm just... Okay, stand still. You take a closer look at his wound. It's a clear perforation, and it bleeds slowly. You could wash it and seal the wound with medicine from your bag. It would only take a minute or so, but Furion seems to be in high distress. And I will now take a sip of my drink. Thank you, Miraleth. But on the other hand, you can feel the exhaustion nearing. Your group has been in the forest for a few hours now, looking for the Abyss Spring, at least the past half in combat. Using healing magic to seal a wound like this wouldn't take much of you, but it still makes you uneasy. Do I use healing magic right now, or do I use medicine? We already feel uneasy, we're exhausted, and we're getting yelled at by this cat. What if we need the healing for like later? What if we're very low on mana? This cat is yelling at me like Genji. Right, we're gonna use medicine. You pull your bag to your side once again. This time finding the water skin container with a Bropy solution. A mixture used to clean and disinfect wounds as well as help with natural healing. Oh my god. Oh my god, I have hiccups from breakfast. Oh, give me a second, guys. I'm going to seal it with Snowdrop and BP. You half expect him to scrutinize you for deciding against using magic again, but this time he only lets out a low grunt and lays his head on the ground. Do what you gotta do, healer. You rip the cloth around the wound a bit more to have better access to it, and then start pouring some of the solution from your water skin into the wound. The cat barely flinches in reaction. You proceed to take a small package from your bag and with leaves inside. Although there's a name written on it, you can recognize the Snowdrop tulip leaves with no issues by now. They are usually put under the bandages for burns and such wounds, and helps speed up the skin regeneration, but when wet, it becomes sticky, which makes it work as a perfect patch for wounds hard to bandage around, such as this one. Okay. You press on it slightly, and after a couple of moments, it seems like the wound no longer bleeds. The leaf dissolved itself into the fur and sealed the wound. It can safely heal by itself. Am I gonna live? Well, yeah. You take a step back and watch as he makes an effort to stand back up without putting much strain on his left arm. Are you okay? Yeah, it hurts like a bitch, but... He moves his arm around and does a few slow moves with his sword hand. I can fight. He looks over to you and gives you a simple nod. Thanks. Not a problem. He looks over behind you, which prompts you to turn around, and now you both watch the lion arch forward, heavy breathing. Maine? I'm fine. I can go all night. Sure, buddy. Was that all of them? The spring. You and the cat look over the same direction, spotting the subtle lights coming from only a few trees away. We need to... The entire group goes silent for a second as you all hear a disturbing noise coming from the same direction. The now familiar noise of several insects crawling towards your position, but this time mixed with a loud screech. What was that? Give me a break! You spot the shadows lurking in around the spring. Something moving in your direction. Fast approaching. Behind me, now! The lion picks up his weight and runs in front of all of you, putting himself between your group and whatever is coming from the woods. That looks too big. Calm down, Jim. Do we? Are we fighting it? It's the last thing standing between us and the Abyss Spring. But... Just keep... Jim, just keep the healer safe. And then the screech comes again, this time much closer. Leaves start to move, and then suddenly a 2-meter-tall centipede monster rises from the ground with a horrible mouth and a razor-sharp, articulate blade attached to its tail. Truly, a creature that should never exist, but is made alive by the mysterious powers of the Abyss Mana Spring. No! The lion jumps forward, swinging his axe at the monstrosity, but missing. The thing can move around and dance in the air with incredible speed. It dodges the attack after attack that the lion keeps throwing at it. It then goes on the offensive, swinging its tail blade horizontally at the lion, who barely is able to parry the strike with his axe. Mane! Furion runs up to the enemy flank and pushes forward with a thrusting motion of his blade. Ha! But the creature is fast on its retribution, using its entire body to tackle the cat away. Mane draws attention to himself again by jumping in, trying to hit it again and again. Mane isn't fast enough. Jim, you gotta help them. I can't. The thing is too scary. Jim, they're gonna... As you turn to face him, you notice shadows creeping up around the two. Ah! There's more! More? The centipedes crawl out from under the brushes. There's too many! Jim, you could do this! I don't know! Trust in yourself, you got this! Besides, I really need you to deal with those things right now, please! Alright. I can do this. Mane asked to keep you safe. The fox psychs himself up before diving into the small pack of insects, jumping in the air before crashing down with his edge. I will keep you safe. The other crawlers around the fox turn to face him, but he's got a firm grip on his daggers, ready to fight. Jim has done so much tonight. The others have had their fair share of fighting as well. And I need to start helping more, however I can. The spring isn't far. We just need to defeat that big one. This is the finish line. The quest can be finally over. No! Ah! You turn around to see the big lion get pushed around and land on his hand and knees. You can't see from where, but blood spills from his form into the ground. The giant creature skitters around him and prepares for a follow-up attack. But the lion is relentless. He powers through, picks up his axe off from the floor, and delivers a blow to the monster, shaving off a few of its terrible legs. You hellspawn! The lion tries to back away but falters for a split second. The noticeable exhaustion now mixed with sustained damage. You know that if left alone, he won't last long. Die! Furion comes rushing and delivers a series of cuts onto the thing, making it slide away with another loud screech. I got it! Help Maine! You run behind the tired lion and help him move further from the action while Furion deals with the onslaught of blows from the monster. Ah! Ah! You'll turn back again to see Jim crouch, a centipede stuck to his leg. He is quick enough to stab the thing twice, making it let go. For a moment, you think his problems are at least dealt with, but the fox stumbles to the ground. Jim? Go help him! Are you sure? You need help too! You can't help notice now how bloody the lion's armor is at this moment. He certainly notices it too. I'll be fine. Go! He gives you a reassuring look, one that almost fools you into thinking he's actually fine. You hesitate, but not in response. Okay. He perks up his form, stretches his shoulders and neck, and prepares to make his way back to where Furion is fighting this thing. Oh, I need to stand up. Ugh, crack my leg. You approach the fox, seeing no other living monster around. What is... my leg! It hurts! It stings! Stings? Oh no. You take a closer look at several protrusions made by sharp teeth from the monster. From all its menacing, scary features, the fact that it could be poisonous as well sounded like an exaggeration to you. Maybe you shouldn't be here. Can you help me, please? Yeah, You take a quick look back to the spot Longmane hunched over, one knee on the floor, catching his breath. His blood is pooling at his feet. He is in dire need of help. Furion holds the monstrosity's attention, but he can only keep fighting for so long. You need to act fast. Using magic to heal Jim's leg would be most effective, but that would mean leaving Maine to defend himself in the poor state. Can you hold on until you're at least done healing Jim? Alternatively, you could give Jim that one antidote you still have. That will take care of the immediate danger of the poison and give you time to give Longmane some much needed healing. We heal Longmane and give the potion to Jim, because at that point he's in more dire need than Jim is, from what we know. So we're gonna heal Longmane. You reach into your bag and take the last vial of antidote. The mixture of the bitter weed leaves has strong properties of cleansing the bloodstream and can act as an antidote for several poisons and illnesses. You take the fox's hand and put his vial into it, which he promptly takes. Drink it all. Don't worry about the bite. Are you sure? You'll be fine. I gotta go help Maine. You stand back up and prepare to leave, turning back for a second. I'll come back for you in a minute. Just hang in there. You give him a nod. The worry on his face is extremely concerning, and you try not to show your own worries, but the lion up ahead is on a much worse state, and you have to make the call. Maine, are you okay? You arrive to his side, try to help him stand back straight. The lion is exhausted, and his breathing is quite erratic. You see that blood is seeping from underneath the chest plate. Wounds? Ugh. At the closer inspection, you see blood over the back of his hand and over his leg as well. His situation might be worse than you expected. Hold on, I'll help you. He gives you a tired look. You can decipher it as he being worried about you casting healing magic. But given his current state, that will be absolutely necessary. You shut your eyes and focus for 1 second. This is going to be a big one. You open your palm towards the ground and the glove's arcane circle starts acting up. Slowly, a circular drawing on the earth starts forming, and once it's closed, it begins emanating a glowy aura. You let out a grunt as you feel the mana leave your body for a circle as big as this one. But this may be the most effective way to heal him right now. Ugh. Ugh. You can hear his relieved sigh as the damage from all over his body begin to ache less and less. It's a huge undertaking from you, but you push forward for the entire duration of the spell that is needed to heal everything. A minute or so later, you awake from your trance by hearing Furion's cries of pain. You look to the side and to see him being flung into a tree before sliding down to a sitting position. That will do. The lion grabs your arm, signaling for you to stop the spell, which you do without fussing. The circle underneath him stops glowing with a second. He takes a big breath and then prepares to go back into the fight, rushing forward to the cat's defense. You watch as a large lion runs ahead and drives the creature away with a swing of his axe. Furion, get up! Oh my god. Why is my throat so dry right now? Their struggle continue, but you turn your head back to check on the fox. Your stomach sinks as you find nothing. Jim? You rush to the place you could have swore where he had been sitting. You do a quick look around, searching for any signs of the fox. The antidote has a slow effect. You probably won't be able to get up and walk away so easily. Jim, where did you go? You spot a glint from the vial on the floor amidst the grass. It's empty. You can assume he at least drank the antidote. As you wonder what could have happened, you spot the blood stains on the floor, likely coming from his leg. The stains are smudged across the terrain. Your eyes follow the direction leading to the bush nearby. And then you see it. His legs sticking out from under the bush. They are completely limped and he's being dragged away. Now that you're quiet, you can hear the skitters of insects moving, and then terrible nausea comes upon you. No. You stay frozen in place for what feels like an hour, watching the fox body get dragged away by those things. You're completely unable to move or act. You can't even tell if the fox is able to be saved or if it's already too late. What does the trick to snap you back into reality is the sound of the giant centipede fighting against Longmane and Furion. You turn back to find the cat on his knees while the lion stands in front of him. Shit. It wasn't poison, it was paralysis. Both are hurt and exhausted beyond what they can take, but the creature shows no signs of stopping its onslaught. Time seems to freeze right then and there, painting you a picture of what's to come. The two will die fighting. They will not leave this forest alive. And neither will Jim. All for one abyss spring. All because of a weak and unprepared healer. You shouldn't be so familiar with this feeling, yet here you are. Heal them and fight, or make a run for it. We used our last big healing spell. We have no more healing potions. We cannot heal. The healer in me would go back into the fight and try to heal them as much as I can, no matter how much. If I make a run for it, they're all dead, no matter what. Fuck it. Heal them and fight. You shut your eyes and try to concentrate. You can feel your body giving, but you can't turn back now. They still need you. This time, you will use however little strength you still have, but you will stay by them and you will fight until this is over. You drop down to your knees and plant your palms on the ground. Your gloves start to glow once more, stronger than it has before. You will cast a circle big enough to wrap both of them and keep them up until they can finish the fight. You look up to where your companions are. Longmane takes a few steps back, trying to impose himself between the monster and the injured swordsman, but aware that he himself cannot put much more of a fight. Your circle starts drawing around the two, the lion taking notice of this faint glow. Realizing what's happening, he quickly takes a step forward, waving his axe to stop the monster's advance. He's aware he just needs to hold the position, and that is what he will do. The monster contorts and spins its body, the tail moving forth and swinging at the lion, who focuses on just parrying the attack. Meanwhile, you focus on finding and healing any wounds you can get your spell upon. All the many cuts and bruises scattered across both their bodies. Your tired body starts to give. Your mind becomes hazed. You feel yourself almost fall forward, but you hold on to it at first. You must keep the healing spell going. But the second time the haze hits you, it gets you down for good. You can barely keep your eyes open. You can't hear any fight going on anymore. You can't see a thing in front of you, but you manage to discern a sparkle of blue lights flying by. And then another one. It feels like a dream. You can't tell if you're even awake anymore. Rest easy now. You hear an unfamiliar voice saying something close by, but you're unable to decipher what it says. Before long, you have no more strength to stay conscious. I need healing. I need healing is what this visual novel is called. You reach for the tavern door and push it open. You make your way in and... Caden. Apollo, my guy! As soon as you enter the tavern, the loud voice comes from behind the bar. Caden, the barkeep, can be seen waving her hands high in the air, pulling yours and most other people's attention. Hey, I'm back. You walk through the room and reach the counter. The large doe awaits for you with arms on her waist. By then, everyone else has returned to their business. Always glad to see you in one piece. Thanks. You take out your bag from your shoulder and rest it on the counter. And then take the heavy pouch tied to your waist and put it by the bag. Caden is quick to notice the pouch. Big payout? Oh my god, my hair. My hair's still wet. Oh my god. I'm trying to air dry my hair right now, guys. 1 second. Ooh. Get up. Okay, let's get on the back. Big payout? You could say something like that. Good for you, man. Good for you, my man. She proceeds to turn away for a moment, taking a mug from a shelf and a bottle from under the counter. In a few seconds, she's pouring you a drink. It was actually pretty easy this time. She pushes the mug and it goes sliding over the counter, stopping precisely at your hand. We thought there was going to be a dragon, but... A dragon? A father flippin' dragon? In the end, it was just a big lizard. Poor thing went down so fast. Still, hot damn, dude. You pick up the mug and take a small sip. The sweet taste of an Amanium beverage is always a nice treat. And speaking of hot dudes, you almost choke on your drink. Caden is wiggling her eyebrows. Got you a gig if you wanna. Fella was looking for a healer, a good one. Put the mug down and wipe your muzzle with your arm. Well, I gotta sell these clusters first. You poke the pouch on the counter. Just meet the guy, will ya? He's a fun lad. Okay, fine. She raises her posture and shouts, Mundo! Come get your healer! You turn your head... Ooh. You turn your head to look where she's shouting at. You spot a well-built shepherd breed getting up from the chair and walking your direction. He sports a messy yet charming hair, and his fur looks poorly kept. Nevertheless, you can immediately relate to Caden's thoughts. He walks with confidence, and as soon as he notices you, a sly smile forms on his face. Hey there! He stops by your side on the bar, eyeing you up and down discreetly. You notice a hint of alcohol coming from his breath from just one sentence. Name's Sigmund, but you can call me Mundo! The dog grabs the dog by the shoulder and shakes him playfully. You are immediately impregnated. Oh my, what the fuck? Only you call me that. He lets his neck go limp and his head shakes around comically, his smile never fading away. Caden finally releases him, letting Sigmund regain his form and clear his throat, trying to salvage his first impression. Sig! You can call me Sig. He shows you his sly smile once again and offers you a hand. You must be Apollo, right? You frown while reaching for his hand. His handshake is quite firm. You know me? I've seen you around. Pretty hard to miss. The beautiful fur of yours is such an exquisite sight. He keeps a gentle hold of your hand. He chuckles. And she did scream your name when you got in. True. You're the best healer I know, man. Mundo, you're not gonna find a better pick. Well, ain't that a treat? You feel your cheeks warm up, and you reach for the mug for another sip. How about I pay for your drink? He puts his most charming smile so far and reaches his hand into his trouser pockets. A handsome man paying for drink? Oh, wow. What? I don't have to pay for my own drink? Sure. I don't have to pay? Why not? A beautiful fur. You're quick to realize that his gesture of putting the hand on his pocket made it seem like you were staring at his junk. You gag and choke on your liquid. You put the mug on the counter, coughing and wiping your face with your hand. Sigmund seems delighted by your reaction. You aren't sure if he noticed you staring. I'm sorry. He chuckles and takes a silver coin from the pocket before flipping it into the air. It lands on the counter. Flustered so easily. I might be paying for all your drinks then. You finish wiping your muzzle with an arm before you can say anything, Caden slaps the coin and takes it. She gives you a smirk and a wink. You're such a gentleman, Mundo. I try my best. Two exchange a smile. The dog is back to eyeing you. I'll let you two gents talk business. She does a very exaggerated wink at him, then slowly walks away, giggling. Sigmund seems amused by her theatrics. When she's gone, he crosses his arm over the counter and focuses his attention back onto you. So, you're an experienced healer, yeah? You shrug. I can heal, yeah. There's a dungeon that's been growing for a few weeks now. Off the mountains off the side of the road. Off the south road. Not a terribly big, but no cakewalk either. A dungeon? In all your times adventuring, you've only set foot in a dungeon maybe a handful of times. Those are usually much more dangerous than the monster camps that calmly appeared with the Abyss Springs. It takes a few days until the Arbiters swoop in. I'm thinking... He looks around for a second. We could clear it before that. We got the muscles. He lifts his arms and flexes at you. You can't tell if he was expecting a reaction as it just lasts a moment before he continues. But it would be a lot safer with a healer on board, you know? Yeah, I get that. Arborea has become somewhat of a pillar for adventurers, looking to group up and take on requests to clear. Oh my goodness! Whoa! Why am I yawning? Stretch! Ah! I stretch! I is a stretch. So far, I'm kind of liking the art direction in this visual novel. Very retro RPG. Healers and a magic caster in general are very rare compared to loads of skilled fighters that follow his path. So healers are rare in this world? This benefits you, making you a popular option for a lot of groups. So, what do you say? He leans in closer to you now. Would you like to join me? Something about his demeanor gives you a sense that he does indeed look capable of dealing with a dungeon. Or at least, he has as much trust on himself that he can do it. Sounds like a great offer. Can I think about it? Of course. Come nighttime, meet me back here, yeah? I'll show you the rest of the raiding party. Okay. Nice. Enjoy your drink. And he winks at you. He turns to walk away, and you can't help but to notice how his tail swings casually from side to side. You catch yourself staring and then turn to your drink, taking a big swig at it. Damn you, Caden. It's beautiful fur. You walk around the streets of Aboria, a city that does justice to its given name and given the plentiful vegetation all around. The trees and bright green bushes now grow around the roads and decorate the surroundings of every building. You spot Magic Finds, a rather fancy-looking shop front that stands outside from most other shops. You enter the place, and the tiny bell rings the door as you swing it open, and then closes. The unmistaken floral fragrance makes you feel at ease. Max? You find the hyena standing behind the counter, talking to two customers who appears to be buying a set of jewelry. You decide to browse the shelves around the shop while waiting for him to finish business. The place is neatly organized with all sorts of magical artifacts, robust books, and a potion flask with different colors. You pull a few of the books, reading the cover briefly before putting them back on the shelf. One specific book draws your attention, The Green Guide, a study about stimulation magics. You start flipping through the pages, but soon after you hear the customers saying their goodbyes. You put the book back on the shelf and walk to the front counter. Good business?
Oh, Apollo! I didn't realize it was you!
He dusts off his clothes in a hurry and adjusts his glasses.
Sorry, I look all messy.
You're fine. He's blushing while pulling his collar.
You're always too kind.
And I hope you'll repay in kind. You feel yourself smart while taking the pouch out of your waist and placing it on the counter. Oop, what did I press? Got a fat stack.
Ah!
He pulls the pouch closer and checks the inside. Okay, 1 second, guys. I really do have to full stretch. The music is so calming. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh my god. Stretch my leggings. I definitely need to get that caffeinated drink later. Alright. Okay. He pulls the pouch closer and checks the insides. He takes one piece of opaque, blue-tinted ore and examines it close.
These are quite light.
His tone shifts was quite obvious. Now he speaks as a proper scholar.
And lacking in color. Not very pure, I'm afraid.
You cross your arms, to which he notices.
I mean...
What's going on? Hold up. Okay. One moment, guys. I am so sorry. Like, I don't know what's going on. I feel I'm yawning a lot. So, give me like 5 minutes to stretch, and I'll be right back. Just real quick. I'm not gonna change from the screen. I'll be right back real quick. Okay. And now he's back to being a flustered ball of fur.
Still valuable. There's a lot here.
Yeah? The moment you start speaking, you feel bad for letting your disappointment show over something the hyena has zero control over. If anything, you should be thankful he's not sugarcoating it. Sorry, I thought that was gonna be a big one.
It's still quite a handful, Apollo.
He takes a measuring mechanism from behind the counter.
At least 5 gold coins, I'd wager.
You raise an eyebrow. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. He deposits the contents of his pouch on the balance, picking each ore one by one. Some of them are larger, but most are about the size of a coin.
Huh.
He seems reluctant to say anything for a few seconds, then he makes up his mind.
Yeah, 5 gold coins.
He's a bad liar, always spoiling you like this.
Well, if you say so.
He takes a smaller, much nicer looking pouch from under the counter and places 10 coins inside.
Oh, wait.
You dig into your bag to take out another leather pouch. Ash peas. Found some on the road. You said you needed more.
Ah, perfect.
You hand him the pouch and he takes one little gray bead from within. He pinches it between his fingers and squeezes it into a little pasty substance.
I was gonna ask if you could find me some more eventually.
You can have them. You lean over the counter, getting your face in closer with the hyena's. His face goes distinctively red. For 5 more coins. You hold out your tongue, giving him a devious smirk.
Ah, Apollo.
You pull away, giggling. Nah, I'm kidding. Keep them. You take the pouch of gold coins and place it in your bag.
But...
You start walking away, stopping at the shelf where you found the book. Would you mind saving this one for me? You show him the copy of the Green Guide. He readjusts his glasses to analyze the book in your hand.
Ah, that's a new one.
You bring it over to the counter. Out of my budget right now, so
I'll keep this copy for you.
He smiles softly while you rest the book on his hands. Thanks, Max. You make your way to the front door, and as soon as you open it...
And, Apollo?
You turn around to face him. He's blushing again. Yeah?
I'm glad to see you're safe.
You feel your heart warming a little. Thanks, Max. I'll see you later. You smile to him before turning to leave the shop. Everyone Apollo meets is gay in some shape or form. Arguably the biggest and most well-known tavern in the outskirts of Arabia. The guild is a very well-lit building among the others in such a dark night. You make your way inside. The smell of amanium, sweat, and piss are much stronger during this time of day. The place is bustling with life. People of many sizes fill up the tables and the stools at the bar. Many of them clearly drunk and speak on a volume much higher than they need to. Cadence kept busy serving beverages to all the customers she can. The rest of the staff seem to be quite equally busy. You stand at the entrance for only half a minute before spotting the canine walking your direction. This time, he looks distinctively more giddy. Apollo, ain't it? He approaches and is quick to lay an arm over your shoulder. You immediately wonder how many drinks he had today. Did he spend the whole day here? It's me. So glad you came. Over here. You're gonna love these guys, I promise. You eventually arrive at a table with assorted foods with where a large black bear sits with a slim brown rat. The Ursane holds a big mug in his hand, but doesn't look drunk at all. The rodent is laying back on her chair, holding a finger to her chin, looking at you with an intrigue on her face. Apollo, this is my adventuring party. He points his open hand at the bear, who lifts his drink for you. Oberon, our ferocious barbarian. Contrary to what he just said, the bear gives you a very friendly smile. Hi. Hi. Our archery expert, the one and only Lady West. She scoffs playfully. Just West. Lady Just West. She and the bear seem to find that incredibly funny. And me, the legendary swordsman. He takes a step away from you and strikes a super exaggerated pose, flexing both arms. Oberon chuckles on the corner. West plants her head on her hands. Not the posing. Guys, say hello to our potential new party member. He snatches your shoulder back again, this time getting his face awfully close to yours. Apollo, the cute-ass healer. Ooh, let's play along. You turn your head to the side, awfully aware that your embarrassment must be stamped all over your face. You can hear Sigmund giggling to himself, absolutely amused at how he's getting to you. Oh, yeah. Apollo. You turn to look at the rodent with a smirk on her face. Blink twice if you're being held hostage. Oberon snorts his drink. He cleans his snout and then high-fives her. All right, yeah, that's the crew. Come, sit down. He pulls a chair for you and then moves a mug over to your side of the table. You can finish mine. I'll get us another round. Oberon quickly chugs the remaining contents of his own mug and then slams it on the table. Don't mind if I do. And more wine for the lady. Lovely, but I'll pass. Good stuff. Good. That stuff is expensive. Sigmund laughs and gives you a pat on the shoulder and then walks away. You sit down and take the half-empty mug the dog gave you. I wouldn't do that if I were you. West raised an eyebrow. You immediately grow extremely suspicious of the drink. Oh, dinner time. All right, Akira, enjoy your dinner. You take it to yourself and take a sniff. The smell is almost overpowering. Oh, whoa. Yep. What is this? It smells like amanium, but it's called a rainy day. Just like amanium, but stronger. Yeah. You take the mug close for another expansion. This is probably like 10%, a 10% concentration at least. A what? You try to think of a quick and easy way to explain it. Amanium is usually a 1% solution. This one is much more concentrated. Ah. The bear looks satisfied with your poor answer. Well, he's got pretty good resistance to that stuff. He drinks this regularly? He does now. He does now? It's only been like a month. Oberon turns to you curious. You drink that stuff too? You quickly put the mug down. Oh, no. I just know a thing or two about mixing and brewing. Wes leans in on her side of the table, her interest piqued. Oh yeah? Please, tell us more. You suddenly get the air of being interviewed for a healer on the spot. I do some alchemy from time to time. The shopkeeper from the Magic Find lets me use his equipment there. Whoa, that's cool. You make your own potions? Sometimes, yeah. A healer and an alchemist. She pokes the bear with an elbow. Seems like Sig struck gold with this one, huh? Yeah. You notice the bear staring at you with tired eyes. He doesn't look drunk, but maybe the animanium has started to get to him. So, how did you guys know each other? Well, me and Sig go way back. We've been getting ourselves into trouble ever since we were kids. The mutt has a talent for it. She shrugs theatrically. We've been on this questing business for a few years now, and had a small group back then. Made some coin, nice coin too. Nice. The guys were kinda jerks, so one day we just decided to do our own thing. She points her cup at the bear, who now shines bright with a proud smile on his face. That's when I came across this mountain. He pats his belly. Was everything we needed to get this party going. You could say I saved their asses a couple of times. She chuckles weakly and pushes him away. Up. Ooh. Chuckles weakly and pushes him away, yet he maintains his cool. A moment later, Sigmund returns holding 3 mugs between his hands. He lands them on the table, spilling some liquid in the process. What are you guys talking about? He swings his chair and sits close by your side. You can feel its tail swinging excitedly from side to side. Oh, 1 second. All right, we're gonna take a quick 15-minute break. We're being called to do something outside. So in the meantime, everyone, both on YouTube and on Twitch, sit up, stand up, stretch, get some food, get some water, use the bathroom. We will be right back in 15 minutes, okay? BRB. about that, guys. All right. So, shall we continue where we left off? He pulls his chair and sits closely by your side. You can feel his tail swinging excitedly from side to side. If this man ain't into you, I swear to God. Remember when we took Bear for our first mission together? Oberon deflates. Oh, heavens. Oh, yeah. He was scared shitless of all those slimes. They got up to his clothes and... hey! Those things are tricky. Slimes? Huh, they sure are. It was his first time fighting those. He was so scared. I just don't like slimes. What about the time with the harpies? Yeah! Sigmund laughs out loud. Oberon lowers his head and covers his ears. Not the harpies. He was running from them like crazy. I couldn't even help. I was laughing so hard. The three share boasts and laughter, reminiscing about their adventuring stories together. One story leads to another, and they banter about all the fun and cool things they have gotten themselves into. You can't understand most of what they're saying, but smile along given the friendly atmosphere. Man, I was glad we got out of there that one alive. Oh, yeah, we got so lucky that time. Yeah. Their laughter finally seems to subside. We had some good times together, eh? Sigmund raises his mug and Oberon is fast to drink it with his own smile. What about you? She turns to face you. Been adventuring for a while? Yeah, tell us about it. Pretty much. I've joined a few groups here and there, but most of them eventually... You hesitate. Disband. Ah, unlucky. Sure is. Don't worry, my guy. We're in it for the long haul. Yeah, I can't leave these bozos. They're helpless without me. Sigmund bursts into laughter. Don't listen to her. She casually starts sipping her drink, amused. That's nice. And speaking of, Oberon pushes his empty mug to the center of the table. We should get going. Yeah! She finishes her drink and pushes her cup on the table as well. New guy doesn't need to see you two lose to the booze. Hey, I'm winning. Sigmund turns to you, speaking in a low tone now. So, what'd you think? You're in? It doesn't take you long to make up your mind. You've joined groups much worse than this before. Yep, count me in. Hooray! Dog haphazardly bumps your mugs together before turning to the rest of the group. He's in! We're going to the Galago Mines tomorrow. Tomorrow? Wait, the Galago Mines? Hold on, Sig. Everyone's attention quickly shifts to the rat. We're not going to that dungeon with a guy we just met. She looks at you with an understanding expression. No offense, dude. No, I think you're right. You guys should trial me first. Oh, right. A trial? We could clear out a small camp. Honestly, great call. Yeah. Well, that's not... Looking at the others at the table, Sigmund seems to immediately realize he will be fighting an uphill battle if he tries to disagree. I guess the dungeon can wait. Right. I mean, he looks at you now expectantly. I could use more potions. Better to be extra safe if we're going to do that dungeon, right? He thinks about it for a couple of seconds, enough to make you wonder if he achieved drunkenness levels too high to be able to make smart decisions. Okay, I got you. He turns back to the group, apparently recovering his energy. So, we gather up in the morning and take a camp from the board, yeah? Yeah. Sounds good. What happened to the other group? Did they all die? What's going on? The sun has been showing its colors in the sky for less than an hour at this point. You show up at the tavern entrance with a few people standing in front of a big notice board with a crude drawing of the region's map. You can spot Sigmund and Wes standing close by the gathering of people. Morning. Oh, hey! So glad to see you again. Disbanded sounds more like get killed. Yeah. Like, we healed as much and then someone saved us. What happened in that beginning fight? Is this like a flashback or is this a new day? That's my question. Oh, hey! So glad to see you again. The canine has a much more casual and relaxed air about him today. Even his hair appears to be combed. Wes looks exactly the same. Hey there. Am I early? Nah, Bear's running late. Give him a break. Probably drank too much. Look who's talking. You know I'm tougher than I look. Yeah. Look at the board. There's only a pair of big felines looking at it now. I'm going to drink. They stab one paper glued to the wood with a knife and leave it there before walking away. Did you guys pick up anything yet? We just got here, waiting for the crowd to disperse. Let's go check it out. The three of you approach the board. The map shows the city of Aboria and its surroundings. Scattered across the board are several papers stuck to it. Quest postings. The sentries put these up when they spot monster camps that have spawned. Adventurers leave their knives on the paper to signal that they have left for the camp. There are three unclaimed quest papers on the board. Oh, we have options. We should wait for Bear to get here first. But do we have a preference? She shrugs. This one. The other two turn their faces to look at the paper you're pointing at. If we follow this trail, we can gather some dawn simmer leaves flowers. Two of you give you the exact same puzzled look. They make for easy healing potions. Oh, I can find some bropy around this area as well. You circle your finger around the river east of the main city. You sure are useful. That's amazing. You feel yourself getting a little embarrassed by the praise. It's just some stuff I learned while studying medicine and the such. Hey guys! You all turn to see the bear approaching your location. There he is! Oh, hey there, new guy. The moment he sees you, he adjusts his posture a bit, looking slightly taller. We taking you on a quest today, eh? He's already picked one. Oh? Sigmund takes his pocket knife from his belt and stabs the paper you were pointing at earlier. We're clearing some dangerous-looking plants. Oh. And gathering flowers. Oh. By the way, we should get going. Dawn simmer leaves bloom at sunrise, but the petals wither super fast. You heard the expert. Let's hit the road. Again, it's so pretty. You kneel down and reach for the small flower with orange-tinted petals. These were about to die. You stuff the petals into a glass vial, then push a cork in. Whoa. You hear the bear approaching. Where'd you learn that stuff? Herbalism, mostly from books. That's pretty cool, man. Keep the pace! Sigmund's voice comes from a few meters away. The canine and the rodent walk ahead of the two of you. Their interests on the plant collecting have faded soon after the first few ones. The bear, meanwhile, continues to follow you around and watches as you do the harvesting. No worries! Oberon shouted ahead before joining you back on the path. I like the old Game Boy-like design of the game. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Like, it's so cute. Like it is very Game Boy-like. I feel like I could play this on the Game Boy, if anything. So, what are you gonna do with them? I'm gonna use these petals to make dawn potions. They help your body heal faster. Like the one from Gaines? The shop in front of the big bakery? That one. Never bought anything there, but this kind of potion is very common. Ah, I once bought a bottle from him. The bear shakes his head. Couldn't down the whole thing. And I down a lot of things. I believe you. You notice him looking around, surveying the land. Like, looking for something. I don't see any more of those orange ones. They're probably all gone by now. Aw. It's fine, though. From here, I'm going to start looking for a brophy. What's that? Little herb I can use to make curatives. He scratches his chin. So, like, you can make a lot of different stuff, huh? Yeah, there's all kinds of different potions and medicinal mixtures, but they use other types of plants and herbs. You search your bag and take out a vial of yellow liquid inside. Like this one. It's a Somerset tonic. They say it can boost your strength and make you fight like a beast. Is it tasty, though? I never tried it, actually. I made it using lion's cane, a flower from Amalga, I think. You been to Amalga? Oh, no. I got it from a traveling merchant, and let me tell you, it was not cheap. Oof. You two continue your walk down the narrow path. The bear seems to have run out of things to talk about, so the two of you share a comfortable silence for the rest of the way. You wonder if you should say anything to spark more conversation, but can't think of anything worth mentioning. So, you single? You looking for a mate? A few minutes later, Sigmund can be seen taking a small map out of his pocket. He pauses just long enough for you and Oberon to catch up. Good morning, Tanner. Howdy, hey. Should be around here somewhere. Should we take a break? You better keep your guard up. Healer. Sigmund interrupts himself. I mean, Apollo. He sounds like he just offended you. Little does he know, you could make a list of all the wrong names people have given you so far. Do you know some sort of spell to, like, find the spring? It takes you a second to process what he's asking for you. I don't think that's a thing. Huh? So we start looking around now. Usual. Let's just follow the river. It can't be that far away. Well... He puts his hand on your shoulder. How about you two go ahead and I'll keep this fella help this fella pick some herbs. Oh. Right now? Bear, I think it's better we deal with the spring first. Yeah, the monster could be anywhere. We'll be right behind you. Sigmund appears apprehensive while Wes just shrugs. Guess it's up to him then. All eyes fall on you. I think we should stay close, but she's right. He takes a step towards you and puts a gentle smile. What do you think? We just gonna grab some stuff and then catch up with you guys. You feel yourself put on the spot. Not the most pleasant situation. You did mention you want to grab some herbs, and you could do that while there are no signs of danger nearby, but dealing with the spring first would also be a smart move. Oh no, I'm stuck between a bear and a hot doggo. My goodness, what's going on, guys? I don't know who to pick. I mean, like, it makes sense to stay with Oberon because there is no danger at the moment, and we could collect some potion, some more herbs for the potion. But if we agree with Sigmund, we can deal with the spring, but I don't think we'll be prepared for it because the potion we were looking for helps with healing, with curative properties. So maybe like an antidote. But if we leave those, we don't know how capable they are yet. But the others could get in trouble and die. That is also true. We haven't healed anything yet. All we've been collecting is herbs, so we do have a good amount of mana for this. Let's agree with Sigmund. I think we should find this spring first and be done with it. Sigmund smiles at you. That's right. Oh man. The bear deflates. Guess we'll go swimming after this mission. Wait, who said anything about swimming? Oops. Oberon laughs nervously. Well, that doesn't sound like a bad idea, actually. Wes lets out an exaggerated sigh. Men. Gay men. She then turns around and continues walking forward. Sigmund and Oberon chuckle, and then you all keep up behind her. So, Apollo! Sigmund adjusts his pace so you two are now walking side by side. You come here often? What? You stare at his face, expecting some kind of follow-up to the pickup line. He has a characteristic grin on his face that you feel was lacking since this morning. Like, you come here to grab flowers a lot? Oh! Pickup line in a forest? My god. Your eyes dramatically fall to the ground in front of you. You resist the urge to cover your face with their hands. Thought I was flirting with you, huh? Yeah. I mean... Yes, I still got game. I was saying yes to your first question about coming for the flowers. So, you do come here often, huh? Yeah, not usually on quests, though. Bathing in the river? Not that either. Just to gather plants. Wait, you go on a far stroll out of the city just to gather some plants? I run errands for Max, the owner of the Magic Finds. I go all over the place looking for stuff I can use for alchemy. Oh, that's kind of cool. Like that, see? You point to a few leaves by a root. Yeah? That's a bro pea I talked about. It grows near the river. Is that the BP stuff? BP solution, yeah. It's great for first aid. Ah, so you do. Ugh! The dog trips and falls forward. He managed to break the fall with his arms. Ouch. Jeez, you okay? You look at his feet to see a weird root growing perpendicularly over the path. I'm fine, I just tripped over the damn thing. You give him a hand and help him get up. You good, Sig? The bear who has been walking behind you two now catches up. Yeah. How did this one get here anyway? He kicks the root and to everyone's surprise, it starts wiggling. What the fuck? Wait, this is not... Then the three of you feel the ground tremble. The root began to pull itself up. Oh. Unearthing its full length, the trail leads to that river, but it stops after a few meters, and other similar roots start emerging from the first one. What are those? Are those plants supposed to do that? He turns to face you, expecting an answer from the herbalist expert, apparently. I don't think those are normal plants. And then creatures start emerging, the roots connected to them like a thin tentacle. Dun, 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 dun. Sigmund unsheathes his sword and readies his stance. Let's go! Looks like we finally found our dangerous looking plants. Woo! One of the creatures swings its roots like a whip towards the dog, but Sigmund swiftly dodges out of the way and cuts the thing down. Let's take them down. With a quick attack, Sigmund slices down the monster in front of him. Oberon takes his axes in his hands, and you can spot Wes drawing her crossbow in the distance. I don't see the spring, though. One thing at a time. He dashes forward, performing several swings with his blade. Numerous severed roots fall to the floor, followed closely by the monsters that held them up. The music does fit like a Game Boy. I love this. They don't look dangerous, though. Oberon is resting idly with his axe propped over his shoulder. A group of monsters start approaching your location, but then you both watch the canine deal with most of the creatures on his own, clearly showing off his mastery with the sword. He jumps on top of a plant monster and pierces it with a blade before jumping off to continue his fight. He's showing off for us, guys. Oh my god. Looks like he's having fun, actually. Ah! You look around trying to find the actual goal of the quest, the Abyss Mana Spring, but the monsters naturally spawn around it. Ugh. Which leads you to believe there are something more of a distraction. And he's done. Sigmund pulls his blade from the last monster that still moves, albeit not for too long. Phew! That was a great workout. Oh man, I was rooting for the plants. We haven't found the spring yet. Twirling my hair casually. Wow, you're so good with your sword. Oh my god. Huh, true. Starts walking your direction. Maybe it's... Ah! Oh my god, guys, he keeps falling for us. He's falling for us, guys. Oh my goodness. This time, not really surprising anyone. Oberon lets out a chuckle. Come back of the century. Damn you, plants. Huh? Tries to get back up, but then he realizes the root that he's trapped on is now wrapped around his ankle. What the? Ah! A big plant monstrosity breaks free from the ground near the dog's position. Whoa. Wow. One of its roots attached to Sigmund's leg, and it pulls him from the ground while his weapon rests on the floor. Sig! Oberon takes in a breath and prepares his hand axe, but before he can do anything, the monster throws Sigmund to the side. He is sent flying away before landing far along the path, rolling to break his fall. And this is where the PAT stuff happens? Oh my god. Sigmund! Ooh. An arrow comes flying from afar, hitting and slicing off one of the creature's roots. I gotta do something. Oberon readies himself and charges in. Ah! But then he trips, nearly falling flat on his face. An arrow flies by, this time lodging itself into the monster's form. Huh? How? The bear tries to get up, but both of his feet are being pulled underground by the set of roots, leaving him stuck in place. He takes one of his axes and begins chopping at the thing around his legs. Behind you! The creature has a tendril looming over the bear, ready to have it crashing down on him. You gasp. An idea immediately comes to mind. You instinctively drop to your knees and slam both hands to the ground. An arcane circle promptly begins glowing, and a circle is drawn around Oberon. In a second, the two roots grow out the ground and make an arch over the bear. In 1 second, the monster's attack is blocked from reaching its target. What? The creature drops back its tendrils and prepares for a second attack. Yeah! But then a loud whistle is heard as a knife spinning in the air comes flying and severs the raised tendril. The monster wobbles in response, apparently struggling to regain its balance. But before that can happen, Sigmund comes running with incredible speed, holding another knife out in his hand. Huh! He dashes with agility, one precise swing dismembering one of the creature's limbs. He proceeds to systematically cut off every single root that hangs in the air. That's so cute. Finally, he uses the arrow as a support to climb the thing before crashing down with his weapon, stabbing the monster. In one breath, he uses his entire body weight to pull the blade down, making it slide through the organic material like it's nothing. Sigmund jumps back after opening a big fissure on the monster's body, which is now slowly deflating and withering away like the others. You sigh and stand back up. The moment your hands leave the ground, the roots that shielded Oberon dry up and petrify in place. The bear manages to pull himself free with ease. You guys okay? Nothing hurt, except my pride. I'm starting to warm up to the idea of you two getting a bath now. Hey, we weren't tripping on purpose. But he checks himself and shakes some dust off his clothes. I'm still in on the bath idea. Sigmund gets a hold of his sword and thrown knife from the ground somewhere nearby. Hey guys, check this out. He points the blade at where the plant monstrosity was standing. There lies the spring. A crack on the floor with a subtle purple smoke escapes into the air. Around the crack, the earth has crystallized into a dry, dirty blue ore. So, it was under that big thing the entire time? Huh. Sigmund sheathes his sword and you notice he winces briefly. Oh, are you alright? Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Fell on my arm there. He stretches his arm as to show it doesn't hurt. I can check it out for you. Don't worry about it. I'm tougher than I look. You look at him in the eye. He's probably right about it being nothing. He looks absolutely fine otherwise. Although, That the fighting seems to be over, and surely you can afford a small amount of mana. He said it was fine. Visibly doesn't look broken. He can move his arm. It's probably just a bruise. We don't need to heal him. We only have so much mana. Making sure you're healed is my job description, you know? Yeah, you can drop the tough guy act. Did I click the right one? I said, never mind it. Yeah. I'm fine, really, but he gives you a wink. I'll keep that in mind. So, quest complete? Oh, yeah. Let's go about sealing this thing. Sigmund moves up to the spring and takes a paper scroll from his belt. Sig, I'm pretty sure our caster can do that. Huh? Oh, yeah. You don't need to use the scroll. You walk up to the small crack and put your hand down. The glove glows and a circle appears around the crack, and the ground starts to shift, closing in on itself and around the opening. A few seconds later, the spring is sealed and no more smoke escapes. Done. Nice. Bear, where's the bag? Here. He takes a folded burlap sack from his belt and throws it to the dog. Sigmund kneels down in front of you and begins plucking some of the ore from the ground. Gotta say, your sealing job was a lot better than mine. Thanks. I had a lot of practice. Oh, and what happened to those roots back there? Was that one of your spells? He turns to look at the roots frozen in an arc. Oh, yeah. I got a little creative. You can sense the curiosity coming from everyone around you. You ever heard of green magic? We use it to stimulate plant growth. I've heard of something like that before. I saw that thing use the roots to attack and figured I could do something similar. It's worth a shot. Man, that was the coolest thing. Gives you a strong pat on the back. I guess he passed the trial, yeah? Sigmund gets up with his bag of clusters in hand. Hell yeah. For sure. Thank you, guys. All right, let's head back and sell the goodies. Wait, he has to gather his herbs first. Oh, right. So that means... The bear psychs himself up. Bath time! I'll race you to it. The two begin taking off their armor and making their way to the river. Wes rests a hand on her waist and shakes her head. Men. Did we get to see? Damn, we don't get to see them shower? Fuck. Quest complete. Sigmund rips the paper out of the board and retrieves his knife. And herbs gathered. Are we getting free potions? He shakes you by the shoulder. Sure. I gotta go pay Max a visit first. Hey, you gotta celebrate with us first. Let's go get some mugs. Wait, now? It's a bit of a tradition. We always get something to drink after a successful mission. Okay, but which one of them is none of them is pregnant. It's great for morale. Well, okay. The group enters the tavern, lively and loud as ever. Apollo and Mundo! You spot Kaden waving her arms in the air. Ha! Always so subtle. You walk up to the bar and the two share a strong handshake. Almost looks like they tried to arm wrestle for a second. Did you clear out the dungeon? Not yet, but working my way to it. The two laugh it out. Wes walks away and finds a table, and Oberon sits on a stool. We just cleared a small camp near the North Bridge. Ah, some nice old bonding, huh? Yeah, we had a test trial of our new companion. You kidding? He's the GOAT! Well, Tiger. She bursts out laughing. You lower your head between your shoulders in embarrassment. He sure is, huh? Alright, I gotta check now. Is there any not safe for work on here that I have to worry about? Probably not, right? I probably don't have to worry about anything like that. We did, however, miss our chance to see Oberon shirtless at one point. Did miss that by going to them. We can make it not safe for work in chat. I'm just checking, just to be subtle. There's nothing not safe for work, if anything, on the sprites itself. We did. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything not safe for work. Maybe it's just suggestions, talks of safe for work. Scuff furry visual novel stream. Excuse me? What the fuck? What the fuck, Mora? Go put that in the comments in YouTube. That's what the pinned message is for. He sure is, huh? He did it great. And we're gonna get some sweet potions too. Attaboy. She gives you a rough pat on the head. Yeah. Speaking of, let me tell you something. She leans in closer to you and you raise your head to look at her. Certain arbiter passed by earlier, looking for you. It takes you a second to process. When you realize what she means, your eyes go wide. What? When? Not too long ago. Oh! You turn back and make a run for the door. What? There he goes. Zygmunt and Oberon watch you leave in utter confusion. Kaden has her arms crossed, chuckling. You run the streets of the outskirts, reaching the arc that leads into Green Walk, the wealthier part of the city. The population, consisting mostly of adventurers and labor workers, changed to mostly merchants and rich couples going out for strolls. Because your juicy face of fussies on it? Oh my god. It doesn't take you long before you reach your house. Oh, we have a nice house. This is cute. You're quick to open the door, letting sunlight illuminate the place. You walk inside and your eyes adjust to the different lighting. You don't see anyone in the living room, but footsteps can be heard coming down the stairs. Then he appears, holding a book in his hands. Welcome home. You run and jump into a hug. Pluto! He holds ground from the tackle, hugging you back. You two share a warm embrace. You miss me that bad, huh? Yes? You hug him tighter. You can feel his hand passing through your hair. He combs it with his fingers. I really miss you too, Apollo. Several seconds go by with you two just holding each other. You're the one to finally hint at pulling away. Ah, I'm sorry. Did you wait too long? I was on a quest. Don't worry about it, but I can't stay much longer. He lets you go and walks to the door, putting the book on a nearby table. Work? As always. Such a weird style, but support. Love when creators get playful. Yeah, I do love. Hi, AM. I do love it when like visual novel artists just goes like on a different route than the normal artwork of like full PNGs with a blurred out background. This one has a full Game Boy feel, or Game Boy Advance, or maybe no. Yeah, no, Game Boy or Game Boy Advance. It wouldn't be a color because again, there was color on it. But yeah, from the music to the art, I just love it. Oh, need. As always, you expected such words, but they managed to knock down your mood regardless. Hey, don't be like that. He walks up to you and places both hands on your shoulders. Come, I gotta visit some shops while I'm in town. His hand slides down your arms and takes you by the hand. I want you to make me company. You brighten up a bit more. Well, okay. How about I get you something nice? And we can have dinner too, maybe. Dinner sounds nice. Dinner sounds good. Great. Let's get going. They're brothers, guys. Just a heads up, they're brothers. I think. I'm assuming. I'm gonna assume they're brothers, and that's it. We're not gonna say anything else on it. Burp. Pluto holds you by the hand while you two walk the streets of the Green Walk back to the outskirts, going towards the big street big street replete with shops on both sides as well as all sorts of stalls just about everywhere. Probably based on the species and names. They're holding hands. Brothers don't hold hands, bestie. What do you mean, Mora? Did you start reading that Larry Otter book? I found it by your bed.
What? Oh, I already read it all.
Oh, yeah?
I don't get the appeal of J. Crowling's writing. It's full of terrible biases.
Hold up. Hold up. What was the name of the book? Larry Otter? Are you kidding me? Brothers fight each other to the death. You're right. Oh my god, guys, did you read that Larry Otter book? J. Crowling has weird writing, apparently. It's very biased. It's full of terrible biases. Pluto chuckles. I remember when you liked those kind of fairy tales. Really? I read you a few books back then. You don't remember? I remember you reading to me. I didn't know a lot of the words. You feel your ears lowering down. And look at you now. Being all critical of a fantasy book. Damn, imagine being an otter furry. What the fuck, Mora? My goodness. He chuckles again. I just got a lot of free time now.
I just got a lot of free time now.
Oh yeah? Maybe I should get you a couple new books then. Better material for sure. I love that horror romance you got me last summer. False. Everyone knows he would be a meerkat. What? Oh, Larry Otter. Yeah, he would be a meerkat, honestly. I feel like he would be a meerkat. Our choice?
Yeah.
Huh. Guess that'll help me pick a good one for you later. Pluto slows down his pace and you notice him walking towards a big armored knight in an aspect of a wolf standing in front of a shop. You recognize him as being Pluto's companion. The two always walk together whenever Pluto has to do work-related stuff. When the white tiger gets close, the knight hands him a paper. Pluto takes it and starts reading it. You try to discreetly look to the knight's face behind the helmet. You can't tell if he can see you until his head jerks your direction. Good evening. He does a quick nod, but you feel like you've been caught staring.
Good evening.
And then you stare at the floor. Pluto gives you a quick glance. Oh, yeah. Gunnar will join us for a bit. Hope you don't mind. It's a pleasure to properly meet you, Apollo. His voice is deep. It's a pleasure to meet you, Apollo. His voice is so deep and he sounds so serious. You feel like he's saying it out of complete obligation.
Same here.
Let me Google how to skin a wolf. What do you mean? What's wrong with a wolf? Mora, my god. And then you try to avoid his gaze, looking at the floor or whatever passes by you. Nothing else to do here. Let's move. Pluto starts walking again. You and Gunnar accompany him, each one on one of his sides. Did you plan to visit any other? Yeah, Florence's. And maybe get some dinner too. Huh. Do you want to eat here or you rather go to the walk? You realize he's talking to you.
I don't know. Either or?
Huh. Okay then. You choose not to say anything, the knight's presence acting as an inhibitor for you. You feel a quiet, judgmental aura coming from him that you cannot explain. Don't mind him, he doesn't bite. Pluto is looking at you with a smile. Even after that reassurance, you continue to stay quiet for the next half minute or so until you three arrived at the shop with a fancy front. Excuse me. Golden gifts. This won't take a minute. Gunnar? Take care of my little brother for me. Of course. Pluto gives you a pat on the arm and then knocks at the door before entering. You're left with the imposing knight, both standing by your side by side in front of the shop. You take another peek at his helmet, this time drawing your gaze away before he notices. My god, Akira. Maybe I want him to bite me. What about that? Girl, he had rabies. His posture is impeccable and he's built like a mountain. Or at least you assume so. Given the size and shape of his armor.
Cursed in so long, like how the haven't you yelled any curse yet? Your curse card is about to be revoked.
My god. You feel the need to break the silence somehow, but you're afraid he's the kind of person who doesn't appreciate small talk. Ooh. Do we engage in this wolf or avoid awkwardness? Oh my goodness. The yawning, so strong. It's so strong in this one. My god. Ooh. We started at 11:30, around 11:30, so we have a good amount of time. So 11:30, 12:30, 12:30, 1:30, 1:30, 2:30. All right. On the lips, full contact. You know what? Yeah, we'll try to engage with him. Let the wolf know that you find him attractive and that you want to kiss him on the lips, full contact. Correct. So, his head does a slow turn to face you. Takes you by surprise somehow. You and Pluto work together? Yeah? It takes him a second to reply. Yes. Not much to work with here. Ooh. You guys always traveling together, right? Yes. Great progress. You try to think of something else to say. These obvious questions aren't leading anywhere. He clears his throat, drawing your attention. Your brother and I have been assigned partners by the house. Now that's something you can work with. Assigned partners? Yes. Tell the wolf that you're submissive and breedable. Oh my god. Well, you blew it. You look down at the ground and draw a little circle on the dirt with your claw. Apollo. Huh? You and your brother. He makes a long, awkward pause. You two look alike. You stare at him, occasionally blinking. Arranged marriage, but for knights? Oh my god. That's how it works, guys. The king tells you who you're gonna marry. Oh no, he's a himbo. Oh no. Guys, we can't. We're weak. That's all. You shift your gaze to absolutely nothing in front of you. That was a very weird thing to say, right? Wait, was that his attempt at small talk? You turn to gaze back at him and he immediately turns his head away. He's embarrassed. Apparently you both suck at this. You can't help but let some giggling out escape. Huh? Sorry, it's nothing. You start to wondering how in the world can Pluto communicate with him. Well, at least it looks like you made some progress just now. The white tiger comes out of the shop holding a small bag. He sighs and continues walking forward. You and Gunnar proceed to follow on his footsteps. What if you both just suck, you know? Probably. Maybe. The himbo collection continues. We're collecting our himbos like we collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Well, that wasn't as annoying as I thought it would be. Alright, now dinner time. Pluto! They both face each other. Pluto's expression slowly transforms into a displeased stare. We should return to the house, sooner rather than later. The white tiger scoffs, but the knight doesn't flinch. Yeah, right. Apollo, he turns to face you and puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll have to get dinner another day, alright? He pulls you in for a hug. You lay your head on his shoulder and wrap your arm around his midsection. You have to go already? Sorry, kitten. I'll make it up to you, okay? I'll get you lots of books and a dinner on that fancy place you like, eh? When? Well... He sighs.
There we go.
Soon.
You have redeemed your self. Now go on and play.
Did I leave the audio on for that? I just realized. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Hey, don't be like that. He pets your head gently, running his fingers through your hair. I was actually thinking if you could buy me a book from Max. What book? It's one about green magic. I've been trying to learn more about it. That's great. Here. He digs into his pouch on his side and takes out a handful of golden coins. Buy the book and whatever else you want. You two separate from the hug and he takes your hand and deposits the coin. Comfy is a himbo owl. Himbowl? I'm not a... Well... Can I label myself as a himbo? Huh. Well, I can't text Locke to ask that question. It's 1:42 a.m. where he is right now. Kitten is also... It's weird because they are brother. It's weird that his older brother calls him Kitten. How far are your tits, Akaros? What are these questions? I'm not answering these. I'm not answering these. Ask Locke when he's awake. How fat? How fat are your tits? That's so rude to ask. I mean, my burp tits look pretty big. Maybe smash res. Oh my god. But you lift up your head so you can look him in the eyes now. I could teach you something else. Yeah? Really? Yeah. I'll show you a new trick or two. What do you think? It sounds great. Awesome. You two staring into each other's eyes, beaming with happiness. All right. Me and Mr. Grumpo got some places to be now. Okay. We're staying on the Lofts. That's that hotel near the park, yeah? I know it. Come by tomorrow and we can have a little magic lesson, okay? Pixelated... I don't know if there's pixelated sex in here, guys. Don't assume immediately. I don't think there is. It says sexual activities on there, but I don't think there are not safe for work like that. I don't know. Maybe? Rez, they are brothers. Oh, pixelated says me that it's okay to show on Twitch. Oh, never mind. Oh my god. Love you, Apollo. He pats your head gently. Love you too, Pluto. I'll see you later. He turns and walks away. Gunnar gives you a brief nod before turning around and following Pluto. God, he's huge. You sigh. You open your hand to see the gold coins. That's a good sum of money. It would take you several camp clearings to reach that amount. But... Or maybe 1 or 2 dungeons. You close your hand and start walking down the street towards the magic finds. We just left our party at the bar. My god. Gunnar, smash. Oh my god. Gunnar, that's not how you say bye to me. Come give me a goodbye kiss. Facts. And I met my brother today. Oh, yeah? Maxwell is sitting on a chair by the front counter while you stand in front of the desk near the back of the room. You open a cabinet displaying several glass flasks and substances of all colors. But he was busy, as he always is. We barely had time to talk. You're letting out your frustrations escape, bit by bit. He is an arbiter. Yeah. You take a vial from your bag, the one containing dawn simmer leaves you gathered earlier. I didn't know he would be back in town, or I would have saved the day to hang out, you know? A lot of arbiters are gonna be returning to town around this time. You pretty much ignore what he said and continue venting. Ever since he became an arbiter, our lives have gotten a lot better, but at what cost? You put the orange petal in the glass cup, standing inside a circle drawn on the desk. You put a finger on the circle and it lights up. A few seconds after, the water on the cup starts boiling. Huh. I just need to pass the arbiter test and then we'll be able to work together. I'll be his new work partner, or whatever. You take a flask of brownish oil, sniff it for a second, then pour some of it into the boiling mix. I got to meet him today. His partner, kind of a scary guy. The High Knight? Yeah, you know him? I've seen him around, walking with Pluto. You now take 2 small boxes from the shelf nearby. Opening them, one contains a gray, mushy paste, and the other, sugar. He's actually one of the oldest arbiters around. Quite the achievement. You watch the petals inside the cup lose their color as the boiling water slowly turns orange. And, speaking of partners... Maxwell almost whispers the last word. How's your, new party going? You add a spoonful of paste and a pinch of sugar to the mix and start stirring. The liquid starts turning bright red. Oh, they're fine. We cleared a camp today. There was these creepy plants using roots as whips. Wicked. Crazy wicked. Oh, goodness. The shepherd got thrown like a mile away. Maxwell shivers in his seat. That sounds so dangerous. It was all good. Really, easy stuff, all things considered. You take the mix and pass it through a shifter into a few glass vials. The resulting liquid is a transparent, glossy red concoction. You plug all the vials with their corks. And I got these dawn potions out of it. Big success. Impressive. You put the potions in your bag and bring it over your shoulder. By the way, did you save me that book? Of course. You take a few gold coins from your pocket and put it on the counter. Did you get all these from the camp? These? Oh, no. Pluto gave me that. We got little today. You slap your forehead. Man, I even forgot to take my share. I left in such a hurry. I see. I'll probably find them at the tavern tomorrow. Maxwell takes the book from the shelf behind the counter and hands it to you. Thanks, Max. You're the best. The hyena practically blushes, trying to look away. And put the book on your bag, carefully arranging the space inside. Apollo? The hyena is fidgeting with his fingers. He looks incredibly nervous. Would you like to, He lowers his head even more. Would you like to... He's poking the tips of his fingers together. You have an idea of what he might be getting into. Oh my god. Work with me? Work for me? Huh? Certainly not the question you were expecting. What do you mean? Like... He deflates a little and then takes a big breath in. You're always going on these dangerous quests. He looks at you with pleading eyes. I always fear that. And then he looks away. You don't need to. You could. You would make a lot of money as an alchemist. Max. Work for me and you'll never be in danger. Please? You put a solemn hand on his shoulder. It prompts him to look up at you. Ooh. Be considerate or be real. We have to be considerate, right? I feel like we would be as this healer. We would be nice. We're very considerate for others. Because if we were really real, we would have topped his oblivious yin bottom. Honestly, yeah. Be considerate. I appreciate it, Max. Really. I'm thankful for everything you do for me. But... His eyes slowly lowered down to the floor. I want to become a healer. I want to become an arbiter. And I can't do that sitting behind a desk mixing potions. I understand. He sinks down into gloom. You give him a second to think, to process his emotions. Hey. He raises his eyes without lifting his head. Even when I become an arbiter, I will never stop coming here, you know? You're my friend. Oh. You're my friend, Max. Yeah? Friend. Even he's not. Oh no, this poor hyena. Oh my god, we just friend zoned him. Oh my god. Why are we this type of healer? What the heck? My god, guys. What the heck? This maybe it's not the brother that's a brother's friend that's a himbo. Maybe we're the himbo. Oh my god. Max could ask Gunner. That would be a cute pairing. Yeah, friend. Ooh. He regains some of his posture and adjusts his glasses. Damn. And hey, if this healer business fails to make me coin, we can always strike a deal, yeah? You get your face real close to his, immediately gaining his full attention. The old-fashioned way. You wink and his face goes completely red. Yeah, I mean, yes, of course. What do you mean the old-fashioned way? Why are you riling up this Yeen if you're not going to date him? Don't toy with him. Like, make up your mind. Do you want to kiss him or not? Jesus. And there he is, finally back to himself. You slap the counter and make your way around it, heading for the entrance. All right, I'm heading back home to have fun with this thick guy. Huh? All right, I'm heading back home to have fun with this thick guy. What? You shake your bag to signal the book inside. Maxwell takes 1 second before turning bright red. You laugh and open the door, stopping for just a second before leaving. Jeez, Zig might be getting to me. And you close the door behind you. Just fucking date this man. Like, give us the option. You arrive home. The fatigue of a full day start to weigh you down. You put your bag on the table and walk into the washroom. Despite being a very nice house, you spend barely any time in here. Most of your days are spent either at the tavern, at Max's shop, or outside the city, going on all sorts of quests and errands. Your home is merely the place you return to clean up and rest. You fill the tub with hot water and lay down to have a long, relaxing soak. Titty. Really needed that. You close your eyes and a sigh in relief. Your mind begins to wander. Whoa! Sigmund, Gunner, Max, or finish the bath. Where does our mind wander to, guys? We're going for this Yeen, right? We're going for this Yeen. We're wandering over to Yeen, man. Gunner, you fool. What do you mean? All of them? We can't do all. I feel like we could do all of them. Maybe we have to pick one to see what happens. It looks like we have a choice between all of them. Okay, let's see. Gunner. Pluto's partner, the High Knight. You know very little about him except for the fact that he must be incredibly strong. Max Enjoyers. Oh my god. Arbiters are naturally powerful, but most don't live as long as Gunner has lived, becoming even more experienced. You don't know how Pluto managed to connect with him in the first place, but after trying to talk to him today, it seems like he has a warm heart under all that plate armor. He is definitely someone you would want to keep around, maybe for more reasons than one. He does look good in that armor. We could think about him again. Maxwell. Max has been one of your only friends since you came to Arborea. He's been so kind and understanding of your situation back then, but also very welcome to your alternative payment methods, a bad habit from a different time. But that was before Pluto's job made your life so much easier. Nowadays, you're glad to have someone who you can talk to freely, as well as an alchemy table and supplies to help you improve your craft. What was his alternative payment methods? I have to know. And considering Max's feelings towards you, maybe working for him wouldn't be such a bad idea after all. Certainly a comfy option. Wait, so if we think about him again. Oh, it's just the same Alright, we could think about all of them. I came back and I see him shirtless. Apollo, did he strict some bedroom deals before? We don't know. We don't know anything. The shepherd dog, so outgoing and charismatic, and a huge tease as well. Keeps flirting with you, and you can tell a lot of it is for fun and games, but sometimes it feels like it really isn't. He is probably more aware of how he can get to you, and he isn't shy of using that to tease you even more. But aside from his demeanor, he also happens to be a great fighter. You saw firsthand what he can do with a sword. But now it has you thinking, how well can he use his other sword? Oh, what a tease. His other sword? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my good. Oh my goodness. I know how these VNs work. The main character is always a bottom. Oh my god. Finish in the bath. Why is it written like this? Finish in the bath. You feel the weightlessness of your fur drifting in the warm water, the relaxing heat on your skin, on your sore muscles. Nothing better after a day's of hard work. You lay your head back and your hand slips into the into the water. Oh my god, there's moaning in the image of men crowding your head is pictured in most obscene ways. Oh my god, there's moaning in here. Oh my god, wait, hold up, pause. I'm muting this. Y'all are not hearing this. What was that about it not safe for work? Maybe I download this game after all. The image of men crowding your head, pictured in the most obscene way. Yeah. Yes. It keeps you going until Man, too bad none of you could hear that. Oh my god, good thing none of you heard that. Girl, you don't have to make the noise. What are you talking about? I'm making effort sounds. That was just effort sounds, guys. Don't clip that, please. You flop into your bed exhausted. Can't wait for tomorrow. You gaze into the ceiling of your room for a while, but then shift into gazing out the window into the starry skies. Questing with my new party, hanging out with Pluto and Gunner, working for Max at the shop. You curl up on your bed and shut your eyes. The response finds you with these. Wait a minute! I just realized, who voiced that? Who voiced the breath sounds in here? Was that the creator voicing it? I wonder what I'll do next. The dev did? Oh my god. That noise had to be there. It makes a better experience. To be continued. Well, that was I Need Healing. Oh boy, I definitely need healing. Wait, if he jerked it in the bathtub to completion, did it float? Oh. Wait, that's it? It's fairly new. The I Need Healing is still fairly new. They got only chapter 1 update. Yeah, there was only a chapter 1 update. This was made, I think 2023, probably. This was made last year. I need something else. Should we play another? I mean, we could play other games. I don't have any like visual novels currently in mind. The pixel art was cute. And I am going to keep track of this now. There are wow, they really starving their fan. They really starving us with that fucking moaning at the end. Oh my fucking god. Really? Really, creator? Let's see the about page. This game was made by, oh, of course, Ludesphere. Ludesphere. Oh my god. Sound effects from Poptronic Corner. I'm guessing he did do all the voices. Girl, why do I see another cum bucket filler? Shut the fuck up. Don't call me out on this. My goodness. Well, we have another 3 hours. 3 hours and 30 minutes before we do our visual novel stream. Not visual novel stream, our podcast thing. So we might do something else. I didn't save anywhere. Fuck. Hold up. Okay. I'm keeping the same things. Hold up. I forgot to save at the end of the I got too distracted by the moaning. What was this one? I got too distracted. Play along. Excuses. League? Let Moira ramble about League. That'll take up time. Hold up. We'll all right. We'll go up to the try to engage. We'll go up to the bathroom scene and save there. Be considerate. That fucking face. We're saving here. This is where we save. We'll save here. All right. Okay. Let's see. What should we play? Oh, but for now on the YouTube end, thank you all for those who are watching. Thank you for watching. I hope you stay comfy and cozy in this owl cottage. We will be ending the YouTube stream here for now. But remember, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell icon to get notified on our next visual novel stream, which should be on Sunday, which after D&D, where we will be playing Arches, the sequel to Echo. And I'm going to cry the entire time and piss myself out of fear. So yeah. Sorry, Sphere, you're late. Also, Sphere, what was that ending? Was that you? Also, I did not voice the moans, I swear. Sphere. Sphere's in our YouTube chat, guys. Are you sure? Those were really breathy moans. Who was that voiceover? Hello? Oh my god, we do love the game Sphere. It gives a great Game Boy feel to it, especially straight down to the music. And you really did edge us at the end, wanting more of the story. Like, come on. Copyright free sound effects, my beloved. Maybe I should just put copyright and free sound effects of just moaning. I like the shirtless Apollo. Thank you. Oh my god. But yeah, let's say thank you again to Sphere for creating this game. You are now on my radar on visual novels to keep track on. You're next to Polar Nights, Remember the Flowers. There's a couple of visual novels that we're waiting for updates on. There's like we have a whole list. So we're waiting for, the things we're waiting for right now is Cryptid Crush, Dawn Tide, Polar Nights, Remember the Flowers, Unveiling, with both eyes closed, and now you're a part of the list with I Need Healing. You aim to please. That ending sound. Not gonna lie, I kind of panicked. I muted the audio immediately hearing the moans. I made the effort sounds, but that's fine. I just realized that's a lot of VNs I have to download recently because of my influence. Yeah, we played a lot of visual novels. We played Echo, we played Glory Hounds, we played some of Dastra. We're gonna replay that again because we missed a couple of saves. But like we got Cryptic Crush, Dawn Tide, Distant Travels, Glory Hounds, Polar Nights, Remember the Flowers, Soul Creek, Unveiling, With Both Eyes Closed, and Where the Demon Lurks. We're always adding more and more to our list of visual novels because I love them so much. I won't be playing Echo or Adastra though. Girl, come on. The psychological horror is fun. But anyways, we're gonna end it on this screen because Sphere, it was so good that I forgot to save. That's how good this game is. I forgot to fucking save the entire time. My goodness. But yeah, with that being said, on the YouTube end, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified on our next visual novel stream, which will be on Sunday. And if you want to join in and just chill in the Twitch chat, we will be putting our Twitch link in the chat right now. So yeah. So with that being said, on the YouTube side, thank you all for watching. Hope you stay comfy, cozy in this Owl College. We will see you guys again next time. Let's go back to the main menu. So we have music. So have a good night, everybody. Woo, 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 woo. Also, all VODs are saved on the YouTube page. Bye-bye. Oh, it also looks like I'm saying I need healing.